There is a moment in front of the mirror that no woman ever forgets. That moment when the hair stops framing the face and starts weighing it down. A line in the eyes, a strand out of place, and suddenly you realize that the haircut that flattered you 20 years ago now fades you out. At 58, I walked out of a salon with the same haircut I had requested 2 decades earlier. In the mirror, I saw someone else. Tired, flat, faded. That was when I understood. Sometimes the problem is not the mirror, it is the wrong pair of scissors. The issue was not age, it was the wrong haircut. And that is where elegance begins. When you understand that hair has an age too. You know that story about Coco Chanel revolutionizing fashion with a single phrase? The same happens with haircuts after 60. The difference between looking sophisticated like Helen Mirren or looking like you have given up lies in 3 centimeters and an angle, and nobody tells you this at the salon. The truth is cruel. The wrong haircut does not only make your face look older, it erases your personality. That blunt bob that the magazine swore was timeless, it just turned your face into a frameless canvas. The result? You leave the salon paying a fortune to look 10 years older and 20 years more tired. Everyone copies the latest celebrity haircut, but Meryl Streep at 74 does not wear the same cut she wore at 40 by accident. She figured it out, and this game has rules that no one teaches you. While you find out which 5 haircuts really work after 60, do something for yourself. Subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell, because elegance is not luck, it is information. And vulgarity is not just about showing too much cleavage, it is about ignoring what truly works for you. So, what is the first haircut that may be sabotaging your appearance right now? Slightly angled bob, the trick every salon hides. Now imagine that haircut that changes everything before you even know why. Do you know why Victoria Beckham never went back to long hair after turning 40? Because she discovered that the angled bob is basically live Photoshop. The cut slims the face while keeping volume on the sides, so you gain bone structure that genetics did not give you. But angled does not mean shaved at the nape like a 1950s barbershop cut. The problem begins when you ask for a modern bob, and the stylist gives you that heavy, blunt cut that makes your face look like a full moon in a frame. You walk out with the same haircut as your neighbor, your sister-in-law, and half the women at the grocery store. The result? 0 personality and a face that looks like it gained 5 kilos between the salon and your home. The solution lies in the angles. The true angled bob has front pieces that reach the jawline and gradually rise to the nape. This creates a powerful optical illusion. Your neck appears longer, your jaw more defined, and suddenly that double chin you were sure was growing simply disappears from the frame. The right haircut does not change your face. It reveals what time tried to hide, the contour that is still there, just waiting to be uncovered. It is the kind of cut that makes the mirror seem like it has a natural light filter. Now, if you have fine hair, pay attention. Volume on the sides must come from internal layers, not from setting spray that will melt with the first gust of wind. Texture is built in the cut, not in the product. So if the stylist grabs the scissors and cuts everything to the same length, promising that the styling product will fix it, get up from that chair and leave. And here is the secret. A round face needs that forward elongation as its best friend. A square face needs side layers to soften the jawline. But if you have an oval face, congratulations, you hit the genetic jackpot. Everything works for you, so wasting that advantage on a generic haircut should be a crime. The right angle turns advantage into elegant devastation. Do you see how the light changes when the haircut changes? The next cut may seem harmless, but it ages even the sweetest expression. Soft layers. The difference between movement and an 80s disaster. Sharon Stone at 65 does not have a single harsh layer in her hair. Coincidence? Not at all. She learned that soft layers create movement, while choppy layers create the illusion that you are still stuck in 1987, waiting for Bon Jovi's comeback. But here is the problem. Most hairdressers were trained during the era of heavy layers, so when you ask for softness, they hear 3 clearly defined steps starting at the ear. The result is tragic. You wanted lightness and ended up with that blocky visual effect that looks like it was cut with a bowl and a ruler. Strong layers work on 20-year-old hair, but on mature hair, they expose every fine strand, every gap in volume. You leave the salon with less visible hair than when you arrived, but paying as if you had gained more. The solution is in the invisible transition. Well-done layers have no beginning or end. They blend with the face as if they were born with it. The hair flows with organic movement that sways when you turn your head, not stiff blocks defying gravity. And there is more. Layers must start at chin level or lower. Anything above that, and you have added volume to your cheeks. exactly where no woman after 60 needs extra fullness. It is basic facial geography that hairdressers insist on ignoring because it looks more modern. Modern is code for, I will do it the fastest way and hope you do not notice the disaster until you get home. It is all about subtlety, and that is exactly what luxury is made of. Take a breath, because what comes next may change the way you see the mirror. Long side-swept bangs, the trick no Botox can match. Michelle Pfeiffer at 65 still stuns with that side-swept fringe that looks like it was designed by an architect. Coincidence? Definitely not. She discovered that long side bangs conceal forehead wrinkles while adding softness to the gaze, so you gain 10 years back without needles, without recovery time, and without that frozen look of someone who overdid the procedure. The problem starts when you walk into the salon asking for a subtle bang and leave with that blunt, straight fringe that exposes your eyebrows like they are the main attraction of a circus. Stylists love to create thick, straight bangs that stop exactly mid-forehead, so instead of hiding wrinkles, they highlight where your skin decided to create geographic texture. The solution lies in the angle and strategic length. A side-swept bang starts on the side, never at the center of the head, and falls diagonally to cheekbone or jawline level. Any shorter and you lose softness, any longer, and it becomes a strand of useless long hair that only flies into your mouth when the wind blows. But there is a crucial detail about density. Grab a strand from your fringe and look through it against the light. If you see filtered light, it is perfect. If it looks as opaque as blackout curtains, it is too heavy. If you can see clearly through it like nothing is there, it is too thin and becomes a stray strand. No one takes seriously. More about texture. Straight hair makes the fringe fall naturally and work on its own. Wavy hair needs light brushing to direct it. Curly hair? Forget it. A side fringe on curly hair after 60 is asking to look like you escaped from a 1970s movie, and not in a good way. The right fringe does not cover the face, it edits it. Now comes the boldest cut, the one that separates those who want convenience from those who want power. Modern pixie, the myth of practicality. No one talks about. Jamie Lee Curtis cut her hair very short at 50 and never went back. It seems liberating, practical, the solution to all hair problems after 60. But here is the truth, salons do not tell you. The modern pixie only delivers practicality and youthful energy if you have the bone structure of a Scandinavian model and a hairstylist who truly knows what they are doing. For everyone else, it is a facial game of Russian roulette. First, take the test. Pull all your hair back and take a photo. If you look at that photo and think, I urgently need makeup, then the pixie is not for you. This cut exposes everything, and if your face needs hair framing to work, cutting it is signing a certificate of regret. More about face shape. Pixie works best on oval or heart-shaped faces. Square face? Short sides highlight the jaw like you're looking for a fight. Round face? You just eliminated all the elongation you needed and created the ball-on-ball effect nobody wants. The solution is the elongated, textured version. The true pixie is not a military cut, it is a sculpture, but it only works if the face can handle being the center of attention, because short hair does not hide, it reveals. It is a cut with varied lengths, longer on top for volume and softness, graduated sides without shaving, and a refined nape, but not exposed like you just left army training. Now close your eyes and imagine. It is not just hair. It is how the world reads your face before you even speak a word. At 60, what makes you look older is not time. It is the wrong shape casting the wrong light on the right face. Volume at the crown, the free-lifting few can master. Diane Keaton at 78 seems to have discovered the fountain of youth, but the secret is not in Swiss beauty clinics. It is in volume strategically placed at the crown. This cut elongates the face and creates an instant lifting effect, so you gain facial height without surgery, injections, or that constant surprised expression. The problem starts when you ask for volume, and the stylist hears, I will build a construction site on top of your head. Most professionals create volume using only product, blow dryer, and brush, so you leave the salon looking ready for a 1980s beauty pageant. The artificial volume lasts until the first gust of wind, then collapses like a house of cards. The solution is structural volume built into the cut. True crown volume comes from graduated layers in the crown area, not from liters of spray. The layers create space between strands, allowing the hair to naturally lift at the root. But here is the crucial detail. Those layers must start right at the crown, never at the forehead line. Volume at the forehead adds years. Volume at the crown subtracts a decade. And pay attention to where volume should not be. Volume at the sides is your mortal enemy after 60. Every extra centimeter of width makes your face look 10 kilos heavier. Volume must be vertical at the top, never horizontal at the sides. Now about texture. Fine hair benefits the most from this cut because layers create an illusion of density. Thick hair needs caution because too much volume turns you into a lion with an out-of-control mane. Straight hair holds volume better than wavy hair, but wavy hair creates natural movement. Curly hair? It already has volume. It does not need structural help. Volume at the crown is not exaggeration. It is facial architecture, and every mature woman needs to learn how to build light, not optical weight. Look in the mirror again. Everything you thought was tiredness might just be poorly distributed geometry. So you just discovered 5 haircuts that can bring a decade back to your face. The angled bob that sculpts bone structure, the soft layers that create movement without looking like stairs, the side fringe that works better than Botox, the pixie that only works if you pass the mirror test, and the crown volume that delivers instant lifting. Which one will you take to your hairstylist? Or better yet, which one does your stylist actually know how to execute? Because here is the real question. You can have the right information, but if you hand your head to a professional who cuts everyone the same way, you will walk out with another generic cut that solves nothing. Knowledge without execution is just expensive theory that does not change your appearance. Go back to the mirror for a moment. Can you see what changed? It is not just the haircut, it is the expression. Because mature beauty is not about hiding time. It is about having a conversation with it and coming out victorious. If this video saved you from a hair disaster or gave you the confidence to demand quality at the salon, hit the like button now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell because elegance after 60 does not happen by chance. It happens when you know exactly what to ask for and why. Because when the right haircut touches the right face, time pauses for a second, and the mirror gives back what age tried to hide, the woman you still are, now with more lightness, more wisdom, and more light. And there is more. The right haircut is only half the battle. The hair color can either light up your face or age you by 5 years, depending on the choice. In the next video, you will discover the 5 shades that work after 60 without damaging your hair with harsh chemicals. Comment below. I will try the cut. Which of the 5 did you choose? Your answer may inspire another woman to take the first step.